Alright, so for today we're going to be doing something a bit different, and if you have a keen eye, you'll see that we have a new piston bolt here. So we are on the north side of our hub. We have two different sides. I've never seen this before. It's just two different wings here. Over here we have our new area, and we're going to be doing a My Piston Factory. If you've never seen that before, I made an AutoCraft piston factory that creates 64,000 pistons per hour, and obviously it would be best to pair this up with a tree farm and a cobble farm so that they produce it on site. But for our case, because you cannot get redstone and iron in that quantity without lagging, you know, the server did that. The redstone's not even possible to get that much an hour. So for our case, we're just going to have the crafter itself, and we'll manually transport items. We'll probably need to run it a couple times. That's about it, but we won't really need it right now. We'll need it for bedrock break-in soon in the future, because we'll need a lot of pistons for that. So we will need to get a lot of wood and everything later. But yeah, for now, we'll take the piston bolt here. The banner looks like a sticky piston or a piston pushing a slime block. The best I could do was that. I don't know if there's anything better. If you have any better, put them down in the description below, and I'll take a look at it. But this is the best one I could find. Like our standard piston bolts, you have different color decoration on the side here. And I think this resembles a piston quite well. You have the different colors here, but you have the technically we have 4 new blocks in this piston bolt for 117. So 2 of them being the deep slate, and then 1 being the smooth basalt, and then 1 being the calcite that you get from the amethyst or the geodes. So I think it's like I've got like 7k or something already of that. Or no, I mined 7,000 deep slate already. We still have already mined over a shulker box of this block, and it looks pretty good. It's like quartz, but like textured, so that's pretty cool. So we're gonna use that, and like all the piston bolts, get in the minecart, hit the button, and then you're sent to your portal destination. Just happens this one has to be straight. Some of them that we have on the server, if we look at the raid farm, for example, this one goes straight and then makes a 90-degree turn to the right. It's a bit harder to do, but most of them luckily have been in a straight line. And then like all of our other piston bolts, they return on the top. Same thing, just takes you back to the hub. So yeah, we're doing another dig. This dig is not much in scale at all compared to the other ones. It's only 5x5 chunks, so 25 chunks, but the edges are cut off because it's in the shape of an octagon. It's the shape of an octagon, but the corners are cut off, so it's not perfectly 5x5 chunks, but it's 5 chunks in the middle and then 5 chunks across in the middle like that. And then just the corners are cut off a bit like the shape of an octagon. So yeah, starting to dig it on that, and we'll go and look at it very soon. All right, making the way back over to the piston through the piston bolt. It's a weird thing to say, but yeah. On the overworld side here, we'll go see the dig and the progress so far. Now, at the time we're recording, we've only just started working on this less than 24 hours ago. So yeah, we're already down to, I think it's about 20, or a bit below wide 20, which is already crazy enough because we just started. We were like right above this, we're like right below this black concrete here. It was like the regular grass. You can see the actual grass still there of where we actually started. But yeah, you can say it's a small perimeter. Comparing it to the other 2 that we've dug so far, you can see the scale is not anything impressive, but we only need to have the chunk loadable area for the thing itself, because it is completely playerless, which is really why I designed it that way. So we don't need to do a full perimeter for it. If we don't have actual player there the whole time, just chunk load it, then you don't gotta worry about anything, the full perimeter and stuff. So yeah, it runs completely in the background once you have the chunk loading active, which turns on in a few seconds after you turn the crafter on. So by the time you could leave in a portal, the chunk loading is already kicked into action. So, but like I said, 64,000 pistons an hour is pretty good for only 40 auto crafters. So yeah, each crafter itself makes 16,000 pistons an hour, so just shy of a shulker box per hour for a crafter. It's gonna be fun to build. It's quite small, honestly, for what it does. Like I said, only 5x5 chunks required for it. And yeah, all you need to do is supply the materials to the crafters itself, and it's a single input, so you don't got to go to every single crafter. And we'll come back once everything is done. Alright, dig is completed, and now we're starting to work on the floor decoration. Probably going to do black walls again. Just like I said, makes your eyes go down to the floor, even though most of the floor is going to be covered by the factory itself, because we didn't do the same thing like we did for the furnace array here, where we designed the decoration on the outside, and the furnace array has a bit more area to have more deco, and like the iron farm too. Iron farm is a small area compared to the actual decoration. But if we go back over to the factory here, you can see that it's like very, very small, and the factory takes up pretty much the majority of the area here. You can see the decoration being built in the background. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be doing that. But yeah, it's not too big of a dig at all. We finished it in less than a day, and that includes, you know, sleeping time for everybody. And yeah, I went almost up to 4.5 million. I don't know what I was in the last clip, but I was pretty close to I was around 4.25, I believe. So went up about 250,000 blocks myself, let alone the other members. And so we have some other members on the server. We have a new member there, and then we also have a couple more. But yeah, always adding members to the server. So if you ever want to apply to the server, there is always a link in the description to my Discord. And then in the Discord there is a channel called server application, and then you can just go to there, fill it out, and then once you're done, DM me, and then we will respond as soon as possible with a decision on your application. So yeah, love having new guys on the server here, and it is pretty cool to play with other people, because I used to be a single player only person, but being a server is so cool. And yeah, so onto the decoration, and then we can actually build the AutoCrafter itself here. Alright, so from that time lapse you saw a bit of the factory being built up here. As you can see, we have the full decoration as well. I'll show you the bit of the bottom right here. Kind of looks like the F's for the factory, and then we kind of have the blocks here, or the colors here, to kind of theme it around a piston. Brown's a bit hard to work with, so yeah, kind of just meant pretty simple here. It's nothing special because, like I said, it's going to be mostly covered. Like you can see right here, all you can really see is the F's, at the top of the F's really at that point. So I think it still kind of worked. The arrows look kind of cool at the end too, pointing right at the factory itself. This took a bit longer than expected. I thought I could finish it all in one time lapse, even with the help of Smoka, Mindo, Happier, as you've seen in the clips or in the time lapse there. We still couldn't get it done in one time lapse. It was about 3 hours or so. It was about 3.5 hours or something like that. And I thought I could get it done in one clip, but like I said, it took a lot longer than expected. And even after the clip, we've gotten more. I think Minnow did like 2 extra layers on top here, so still got a bit to go. Mostly now is the shulker unloaders and minecart stations and everything. That's pretty much all that's left. And then obviously the chunk loaders, which we need 4 chunk loaders, one about here for each one. They all fit within one chunk loader. So just one chunk loader per wing basically, and we're good to go. Yeah, so if you haven't seen this before, this is my piston factory that I made, the more practical one. So we have a central UI for everything down here. This shows everything. I don't know why those barrels here. These should be chests. But yeah, you would there's different inputs for each thing here. So this would be, I think, redstone, iron, and then cobble and wood. Either might be reversed, actually. Yeah, oh, actually I was right. I was actually right. But yeah, you put all your shulker boxes of those in there. Those would get dispensed once you unlock it with this hopper or this dope block here. This unlocks the hoppers here so that you can control when you want the boxes to go or not. And then they would distributed evenly between all of the crafters here with minecarts. Your outputs here. There'll be chests here. I don't know why there is glass, but yeah, same thing for the cobble and redstone, or the cobbled wood. Manually input, unlock, and then your central on-off is right here. We can also control the hopper locking of the minecarts, so we don't want to send those off. We can just lock that in place, and then you have each shulker box loader over here has a lamp indicator and input for shulkers for each one, and yeah, shulker box return for empty material shulkers that you put into here, right here per each wing, which apparently has some hoppers from building, I would assume. But at least those don't interfere with anything. Gotta check all the crafter ones too before that starts. But with the lamp indicators up here for each crafter, we can see what goes where, or which one is failing. If it stays powered, that means the system has failed, which more than likely means it either ran out of items or somehow got unloaded or something like that. But yeah, so so say facing the south direction right here. These lamps on the side here indicate for this one over here, so it's kind of easy to debug where it is. And then bottom to top is front or closest to back, basically, or closest to furthest from here. So the closest ones are here, farthest ones are back there, and that goes up like that. So yeah, a lot of features for this small area. You even have an access here. Normally these would be facing a different way, so you could get in here like this. And then you can go up here if you need to access the crafters, because obviously the area over here would be filled with chests for your output, which also have lamp indicators, and then chunk loading indicators are up at the corner. That's just to signify the chunk loading is active, which apparently we need to put on the toggle state. But yeah, lots of features in here. Bit more progress to do. Hopefully we come back when it's done and we can test it out. But yeah. So we'll go see how that is. Alright, so we found the issue. Apparently we somehow, or something, I guess when we updated to 1.17, had AutoCrafting dropper enabled, which I don't understand why that is. But yeah, so basically what we had to do is we had to go empty out every single crafting table from all 40 of them. You can see all the comparators are turned off now. And then we also had to update all of the droppers. That's why the bottom one right here, because it was pointed into a crafting table, was only getting one item, because that's how AutoCraft and dropper works. You put an item recipe, and then it'll spit out an item once it gets powered or whatever. I think that's how it works. I don't know, but I'm going to try to see if this works now. Tell Como in the center note block once, please. And we should see everything kick into action here. There we go. Okay, so this, we can see that there is some broken here. 2 right here on the east wing are broken. So we're gonna go fix that. Alright, so it's the 2 on the east wing, the closest to them. But other than that, most of them seem to work. You can see that the lamp stays on even though you turn it off, so that also can help you indicate what is broken. So the second one here, we'll go look at this. Why did this one break? Looks like redstone didn't fire or something. But take that out and we'll try to make our way to the other side. This way to just go around here and make our way over to here. Looks like redstone wasn't firing here. It should be. Don't know why it isn't. Oh, the dropper is upside down. This is why I carry a cactus on me to flip that over. I don't carry it just for that, but I always carry a cactus on me for flipping cactus. Good thing I saw that. This one, the dropper is facing the right way, so don't know why that one failed. Again. Now we'll watch in the center here and make sure these all turn on and off. Nope, that one's still not turning on. We're still not turning off. Let's watch it. Redstone's not firing. So our redstone one isn't firing here. Why is that? 4 ticks, 4 ticks, 3 ticks. Well, that would be why I'm missing a repeater. So I gotta go get a repeater and I'll be able to fix that. Is it on? 3 ticks. Okay, got a repeater back in place. One last trial, please. I'm gonna watch this one specifically. This is the only one that's broken so far. That looks good. Let's go watch the center. Make sure no other ones broke. That looks good. Every single one is turning off, at least for some sort of time. That means the crafting table is emptied. Now, it would be cool if they were all in the same tick of delay, but unfortunately, you can do that if you want, but trying to get all the math to do each of the repeaters and everything, it would be quite a pain. But, yeah, that looks good. So now, all we need to do is just AFK in the center and put more boxes if we want. They should have quite a bit of materials inside of them to run for quite some time now. But yeah, that is everything looking good, and gonna hope there you can see all the items I had to take out of the crafting table myself for fixing and everything. But yeah, so make sure everything is right when you build this. Bit hard to do when there's multiple people on the server, but we try our best. So nothing goes to plan all the time, but all you can do is try to adapt. But yeah, so make sure to like, subscribe, all those sorts of things, and I'll see you in the next one.